Everyone on campus knew Chloe Sterling was making a play for me. She was relentless, delivering bubble tea to my classroom door every day, making heart gestures through the laboratory window. My best friend warned me, that kind of rich girl is just playing games. Take it seriously, and you lose. But later, when Chloe vanished from my life, my heart ached. An ache so deep I couldn't maintain my composure. I snapped. I just wanted to be with her. They all said I had the kind of stoic, cold academic face that belonged on a warning poster outside a biohazard lab to ward off evil spirits. This was especially true when I was leading the undergraduate lab sessions. When those kids saw me, they looked more terrified than if they found mold growing in their sterile cultures. Good morning, Dr. Thorne. Goodbye, Dr. Thorne. Dr. Thorne. I'll fix this data set immediately. They practically floated away to avoid making noise. Good. I like the quiet. The first time she came in my lab, she was clutching a wilted, pathetic-looking pothose plant. She was wearing a bright yellow dress, her skin so pale it almost reflected the fluorescent lights, and the fabric across her chest looked structurally compromised. She stood on her tiptoes, pressing her face against the lab's glass observation window until her nose was squashed flat. Her eyes were bright as searchlights, staring straight at me. I was in the middle of dressing down a student for falsifying data. My tone might have been a bit glacial. The student looked ready to cry. Outside, Chloe burst out laughing. The entire lab, including the hallway, went instantly silent. I turned my head. She immediately pursed her lips, her eyes curving into crescents, and held up the half-dead plant, shaking it at me through the glass. She mouthed the words with exaggerated slowness. Save, save, me. The student used the distraction to slip away. I pulled the door open. Miss, this is the Molecular Biology Key Laboratory. Unauthorized personnel are prohibited. She smelled faintly of peaches, mixed with the scent of sun-baked cotton. I know, Dr. Thorne. Her voice was soft enough to drip water. That's why I didn't come in. I'm waiting for you out here. She shoved the pothose into my arms. It's dying. Can you save it? I looked down at the plant. Half the leaves were yellow. The roots were practically mush. Can't be saved. Basal metabolism has ceased. Chloroplasts are disintegrating. It's pointless. You're so heartless. Her lip quivered, and her eyes turned red on command. I've raised it for 3 years. It's like family to me. Can't you just try a little bit? The acting was atrociously bad, but I was arguably lightheaded from anger over the fake data, or maybe I just didn't want to watch her perform a tragedy in the hallway. I took the pot, leave it at the door, and leave. Now, her face changed instantly, smiling so wide her eyes disappeared. Thanks, Dr. Thorne. You're a good man. I'll come visit it tomorrow. Then she ran off, humming a tune. Her skirt kicked up a small breeze, leaving a trail of peach scent behind her. I looked down at the family member in my hands. The soil at the roots was still wet. Obviously, it had just been watered. This thing had been drowned. When I went back to my office that night to grab some files, I saw the pot hose sitting squarely on my desk. Next to it was a bright yellow sticky note with a huge smiley face drawn on it. The handwriting was bubbly. Dr. Thorne, I was here. You and I moved the pot hose inside for you. It would get sunburn outside. Remember to water it, but not too much. It's afraid of drowning. I'll come back tomorrow. Chloe. I picked up the note. On the back, there was a doodle of a cat with a bow on its head. What was wrong with her? I crumpled the note and tossed it in the trash. Then I poured a little water into pot hose. The next day, I was in the lab. She came again. This time, she was holding a massive cup of bubble tea with 2 straws. Dr. Thorne, you're working so hard. Vous blattez en me. She familiarly sidled in, placing the drink on my lab bench. 30% sugar, no ice, coconut jelly, and taro paste. You like that, right? I don't drink this. Why? It's so good. She clamped her lips around one straw and took a huge sip, her cheeks puffing out, then pushed the cup toward me. Try it. Just one sip. The tip of the straw had a smudge of her lipstick, a faint pink. Several students in the lab were covertly glancing over, ears pricked up like radar dishes. I peeled off my rubber gloves. Miss Sterling. First, I don't like sweets. Second, eating and drinking are prohibited in the experimental area. Third, I looked at her face, which was instantly falling. You are not my student. Don't come here again. She blinked. I memorized the first 2. As for the third, she took the tea back, chewing on the straw, mumbling, I'm not now, but what if I am in the future? I won't accept you. Why? Your undergraduate degree is from the School of Fine Arts. I can cross-register. My learning ability is super strong. Not interested. What are you interested in? The pot hose? I have cacti, succulents, lucky bamboo at home. They're all dying. Can you save them all? I turned to start the centrifuge. Get out. Quickly. She stood behind me for a moment. Then I heard a very quiet mutter. Why so mean? The footsteps tapped away into the distance. Amidst the hum of the centrifuge, that peach scent didn't seem to have fully dissipated. I rubbed the bridge of my nose. Trouble. I thought that was the end of it. After all, anyone with eyes could see I was keeping people at a distance. Plus, I'd heard the name Chloe Sterling before. The famous queen bee of the art school. Her family was in the art business, apparently very wealthy. My social feed was often cluttered with photos others took of her at gallery openings, award ceremonies, and various parties. She dressed like a fairy, always the center of attention. She was from a completely different world. She probably just acted on a whim, hit a wall, and would give up. I underestimated her perseverance and her creativity. I was leading a few grad students in electrophoresis when I looked up and saw the roof of the old lecture hall opposite the lab window. There was a bright yellow figure. Chloe was sitting on the edge of the roof, her two slender, white legs swinging back and forth. In her hands, she held a piece of cardboard with words written in thick black marker. Dr. Thorne, look here. I almost knocked over the gel I was holding. A student next to me gasped. Holy SHD, is someone jumping? Another squinted. Wait, isn't that the hot girl from the art school? Chloe Sterling? What's she doing? She flipped the cardboard. The pothos, is it alive? I fished out my phone, found the other sticky note she'd tucked into the pot hose leave a few days ago, which had a number on it. I dialed. She picked up instantly. Hello, Dr. Thorne. Her voice was chirpy, the background filled with the rushing wind. Get down. You saw me? She laughed. Is my handwriting good? I practiced all night. It's dangerous up there. Come down immediately. If you promise to see me, I'll come down. Chloe, yeah. I'm giving you 30 seconds. If I don't see you downstairs in 30 seconds, I'm notifying campus security and contacting your academic advisor and the dean on the grounds of disrupting educational order and endangering public safety. Silence on the other end for 2 seconds. Julian, you're ruthless. The phone hung up. 28 seconds later, I was downstairs. She ran over, panting, her cheeks flushed, fine sweat on her forehead. The yellow dress had a smudge of gray dust. I'm down. She looked at me with sparkling eyes, asking for credit. Didn't take 30 seconds. Where's the cardboard? Threw it up there. It's too high. I was too scared to climb back and get it. Her voice trailed off. Don't do this kind of thing again. But you won't see me. She tugged at the sleeve of my white lab coat. Dr. Thorne, let me treat you to dinner. As an apology. No need. Need. I scared your students. I apologize. She clasped her hands together and raised them above her head. Give me a chance, Dr. Thorne. Professor Thorne. Biogo Thorne. A few undergrads getting out of class walked by, looking back frequently. Is that Dr. Thorne and Chloe Sterling? WTF? What's the situation? The art school queen is chasing Professor Thorne? What kind of magical crossover is this? I pull my sleeve back. Stay away from me. That is the best apology. The smile on her face slowly faded. Her mouth was still curved, but her eyes weren't as bright. Do you hate me that much? It's not about hate. I spoke honestly. We aren't close. There's no need for contact. We'll get close if we have more contact. She leaned in a little closer, the peach scent winding around me. Look, you know I'm Chloe. I know you're Julian. I also know you're a Scorpio. You like spicy food, but have a bad stomach. You have a calico cat named Bean. You wake up at 7, sleep before 12, don't smoke, drink occasionally, and usually go to that spicy Thai place, the Red Pepper, behind the school, and order the same dish. I paused. You investigated me? Wrong. She held up a finger and wagged it. This is strategic reconnaissance. Know yourself and know your enemy, and you will never be defeated. What enemy? Chasing you. She said it as if it were obvious. I looked at her for a few seconds. Why? Why what? Why chase me? She tilted her head, seemingly thinking seriously. Because you're good looking. Your vibe is unique. Your voice sounds good when you lecture students. And, her eyes curved up, you saved my pothose family member. I can't repay your life-saving grace, so I can only offer myself in marriage. It was drowning. Whether it lives is still debatable. Then try harder. She tugged my sleeve again, shaking it gently this time. I'll try hard too, okay? Not okay. Not okay at all. But I didn't say that at the time. I just thought this girl had probably never been rejected before. She found it amusing. Once she realized I had no interest in playing this game, she would naturally retreat. At 7 a.m., I went for a run and would coincidentally run into her training as well. She wore brand new sportswear, gasping for breath every 2 steps, yet insisting on running alongside me. Morning, Dr. Thorne. You run too? What a coincidence. You look so sexy when you sweat. I accelerated. She couldn't keep up and shouted from behind, hey, wait for me. At noon in the cafeteria, she would accurately occupy the seat opposite my usual corner. Dr. Thorne, fancy meeting you. Let's eat together. My tray was piled with green vegetables, chicken breast, and boiled eggs. She ate her food looking miserable, her eyes constantly darting to my tray. Your spicy wings look so good. I'll just taste one no. Cheapskate. If I went to the Red Pepper at night, she would be there 80% of the time. Sometimes alone, sometimes with a group of laughing friends. When she saw me, she'd greet her friends and then bring her glass over to sit next to me. Dr. Thorne, all alone? I'll keep you company. No need. Need. Eating alone is so lonely. Boss, she shouted familiarly. Add an order of spicy chicken for Dr. Thorne, put it on my tab. The owner smiled and agreed. I put down my chopsticks. Chloe, yeah. Don't waste time on me. How is it a waste? She propped her chin on her hand, drawing circles on the slightly greasy table. Chasing you is fun. More interesting than chasing my cough. More interesting than doing other stuff. She braked in time, but I knew what she wanted to say. More interesting than chasing her ex-boyfriends. I am not a toy for your amusement. I don't treat you like a toy. She leaned in, lowering her voice. Julian, I'm serious. Her eyes were rippling like water, reflecting the warm lights of the restaurant. She looked convincing. How much do you know about me? Enough. You're 28, stayed at the university after your PhD, published many impressive papers. You're strict with students, but last year when a senior student failed his defense, you stayed up until dawn helping him revise his thesis. You like cats, hate dogs because you were chased by one as a kid. You don't like rainy days because the lab faces north and leaks, and a prized orchid of yours almost drowned. Your phone wallpaper is a starry sky. Your profile picture is solid black. You. Okay, enough. I interrupted her. She was right about everything. It was accurate enough to be uncomfortable. See, I know you. She laughed, a little triumphant. You should get to know me too. I'm Chloe, 21. I like painting. I like peaches. I like bright-colored things. I'm not interested in you. The smile froze on her face, but only for a second. She reverted to that carefree look. It doesn't matter. Take your time. You'll get interested. The spicy chicken arrived, a pile of red peppers burying the chicken. She picked up a piece, hissing at the heat, eyes watering, but insisting on eating it. So hot, but so good. Julian, you eat too. She picked up a piece and put it directly into my bowl. The tips of her chopsticks were stained with her glistening saliva. I put down my chopsticks and called the owner to settle the bill. Hey, I said I'm treating. No need. I scanned the code and paid, including the spicy chicken. I got up to leave. She shouted from behind, Julian, wait for me. I haven't finished talking. I didn't wait. Walking to the door, I heard her friends persuading her. Chloe, forget it. This guy is too difficult. Yeah, look at that iceberg face. You can't melt him. Pick another one. You can have any guy you want. Her voice was loud, as if intentionally letting me hear. I won't switch. I just like this one. Difficult is exciting. What's wrong with an iceberg? Icebergs are thrilling. I just want to see what he looks like when he melts for me. The news of the art school queen frantically chasing Julian Thorne quickly spread throughout the college, and even the whole university. Even my advisor, a man in his 60s, pushed up his glasses and teased me during a group meeting. Julian, you look good recently. Is there some happy occasion? The students below were suppressing laughter so hard their shoulders shook. I kept a poker face. No. The experimental data is out. Please take a look. Oh, young people, don't just bury your heads in research. Life is important too. I heard that little girl has quite the perseverance. Squatting downstairs every day. From the art school, nice. Complimentary. Our lab has too much masculine energy. Needs some artistic atmosphere. Professor, I interrupted him, have you reviewed the grant application for next quarter? Topic successfully diverted. After the meeting, my junior colleague Benny leaned over, winking. Julian, nice work. Chloe Sterling, the dream girl of so many. And you bagged her? I didn't. Still pretending? She practically lives in our lab. Benny lowered his voice. Seriously, although it's a bit high profile. She is genuinely stunning. That figure, that face. You don't feel anything. I packed up my laptop. No. You have a heart of stone. Benny shook his head. But honestly, I heard this princess has a rich history. The art crowd, the band guys, they party hard. She probably just find a cold, ascetic type like you fresh and wants a taste. Be careful, don't take it seriously. Playing around is fine, but if you get serious, you lose. My hand paused. It has nothing to do with me. Right. Nothing to do with you. Benny grinned. Thinking you asked her to stop texting me to ask about your schedule. My girlfriend is getting jealous. Block her. I dare not. The heiress has a temper. What if she makes trouble for me later? Her parents are regulars on the board of trustees. I didn't say anything else. Walking out of the lab building, I saw Chloe again. Today she had changed into an aqua blue dress, leaning against the bike rack, playing on her phone. Seeing me, she immediately stashed the phone and trotted over. Julian. She was holding a small paper bag. For you. What is it? Hand cream. She grabbed my hand and squeezed a dollop on the back of my hand before I could react. You guys wash your hand with alcohol every day. It damages the skin. This brand is good, not greasy, light scent. Smell it, isn't it nice? A mix of lemon and mint, cool and pungent. I tried to pull my hand back, but she held on, rubbing the cream in with her thumb. Rub it in yourself. Her hand was small, soft, and a little cold. Touching my skin, it felt like a small scoop of melting ice cream. I yanked my hand back. The cream was smeared messily. She looked at my hand, then at hers, and giggled. You don't seem to know how to apply it. I'll help you. No need. I put my hands behind my back. Chloe, stop it. Stop what? Literally stop. I looked at her. Your behavior is causing me distress. Stop it immediately. The smile on her face slowly disappeared. What distress? Unnecessary attention, rumors, affecting my work. I didn't affect your work. Her voice got smaller. I waited outside. I didn't go in. You standing here is an influence. She bit her lip. Then I won't stand here. I'll stand further away. I took a breath. Don't look for me anymore. Don't send me things. Don't ask about me. Don't appear in front of me. She widened her eyes, looking at me. Like she didn't understand. Or like she understood, but didn't dare to believe it. You hate me? Yes. The moment the word came out, I saw her eyes turn red. But soon she lifted her chin. Liar. You clearly don't hate me. She took a step forward, almost pressing against my chest, looking up at me. If you hate someone, you wouldn't say so many words to them. You treat them like air. The peach scent on her was particularly strong today, sweet to the point of cloying. Julian, you're just being stubborn. I took a step back, creating distance. Think what you want. I walked around her, toward the parking lot. She shouted from behind. Julian, I won't give up. I love challenges the most. The more you act like this, the more excited I get. I opened the car door. In the rearview mirror, she was still standing there, the blue dress billowing in the wind like a stubborn balloon. My phone vibrated. A text from a stranger. Remember to wipe your hand clean, otherwise it'll stain your clothes. See you tomorrow. I tossed the phone onto the passenger seat. Started the engine, reversed. Driving far away, I could still see that blue dot in the mirror, getting smaller and smaller. She disappeared for a week. For 7 whole days, I didn't see her downstairs at the lab, at the cafeteria, at the spicy restaurant, or any of the places I frequented. I received no texts, calls, or sticky notes with weird doodles. The world was suddenly quiet in a way that felt wrong. Ben even asked me, Julian, where's Chloe? Why isn't she coming? Don't know. Did you guys fight? Didn't fight. Weird. That's not scientific. With her style, she should be getting bolder with every setback. Benny rubbed his chin. Could something have happened? Sick? Family issues? I didn't reply. I looked down at the microscope. The cells in the field of view were densely packed, like a pile of meaningless symbols. Julian, Benny leaned in, whispering, honestly, did you break the girl's heart? That day I saw you talking to her. You looked pretty harsh. I just told her not to come anymore. How did you say it? Just said it like that. Like what exactly? Benny scared. Did you give her the cold face again and say stuff like, I hate you, or stop bothering me? Pretty much. I give up. Benny slapped his forehead. Bro, that's Chloe Sterling. Raised in the palm of her parents' hands, getting whatever she wants. Even if she's thick-skinned, she's still a girl. Who could handle you saying that? If she can't handle it, good. You. Benny pointed at me, unable to speak for a moment. Fine, you win. You just keep holding that pose. I want to see how long you can hold it. He walked away in a huff. I continued looking at the microscope. But those cells, no matter how I looked, resembled a yellow dress, swinging legs, and smiling eyes. I took off my glasses and rubbed the bridge of my nose. Habit is a terrifying thing. Only a few days, and I actually felt unaccustomed to the quiet. On the 8th day, I drove out of the university and waited at a red light. Next to me, a convertible sports car slowly pulled up. The driver was a guy with silver-dyed hair and sunglasses, looking very trendy. Chloe was sitting in the passenger seat. She didn't see me. She was turning her head, talking to the guy, laughing happily. The guy reached out and tucked a strand of wind-blown hair behind her ear. She didn't dodge. Instead, Her smile grew brighter, and she said something. The guy laughed too, leaning close to her ear, intimate. The green light turned on. The sports car roared away, leaving a harsh sound wave behind. I gripped the steering wheel, my knuckles turning white. The car behind honked. I stepped on the gas. Home. The cat was waiting at the door, meowing. I opened a can for it and watched it eat. My phone screen remained dark. No new messages. I clicked on the number I hadn't saved, but had memorized, stared at it for a few seconds, then locked the screen. It wasn't that I was expecting anything. I just felt. It was a bit noisy. The sound of the sports car engine seemed to still be ringing in my ears. So loud. I was in my office writing a report when someone knocked. Come in. The door opened. Chloe poked half her head in. Dr. Thorne. She had changed her hairstyle, big waves cascading over her shoulders. She wore a black slip dress with a loose denim jacket over it. Her makeup was exquisite, her lips dazzlingly red. She didn't look like a student. She looked like a celebrity. Something the matter? Bringing you this. She walked in and placed a beautifully wrapped box on my desk. Tickets to an exhibition. My own graduation exhibition, opening this Friday night. Are you coming? I glanced at the box. No time. You haven't even looked at what exhibition it is. No time for any exhibition. She didn't get angry, just opened the box herself. Inside were 2 tickets and an art book. Just look, just one look. She opened the book and pushed it in front of me. The first page of the book was an oil painting. Warm yellow background, a desk with a pothose plant on it. Lush green, full of life. The painting was titled Family. My finger paused slightly. I painted it. She leaned on the desk, resting her chin on her crossed arms, looking up at me. You said it couldn't live. I insisted it would. Not only did it live, it grew so well. I flipped through the book. The subsequent paintings featured starry skies, rainy windows, parts of lab equipment, a cat crouching in a corner, a running back view, a side profile eating, a hand holding a test tube. Every picture had my shadow, but not entirely me. More like me through her eyes. How is it? She asked softly with a hint of expectation. My painting. Is it okay? MN. What does MN mean? Good or bad? It's okay. She smiled immediately, like a child receiving a reward. Then you'll come, right? Opening day, I'll wait for you. I said, I don't have time. Just for a little while, to show your face. She tugged my sleeve. Please, Julian. This is important to me. It's my first solo exhibition. My parents, teachers, friends will all be there. Her voice softened. I also hope you'll be there. I looked into her eyes. The light in them was so bright, it was blinding. I have a group meeting Friday night. What time does it end? The exhibition is open late. It ends very late. I'll wait however late it is. She said immediately. You come after you're done, okay? I'll save the best spot for you. Chloe, I closed the art book. Don't waste time on me. Find someone else. The smile on her face collapsed bit by bit. What do you mean? It means I pushed the book back to her. I won't go to your art show, and I don't want to see you either. Is that clear? She stood motionless. Her eyes were still looking at me, but the light inside dimmed bit by bit, like a candle going out. Are you still angry about the sports car? She asked suddenly. What sports car? I don't know what you're talking about. Tuesday afternoon, at the school gate, when you were waiting at the light. She spoke fast. That was my brother, Sebastian. He just came back from abroad. My mom made him pick me up for dinner. He's my biological brother. He's always been like that, touchy-feely. No need to explain. I interrupted her. It has nothing to do with me. She froze. Then why? There is no why. I stood up, grabbing my coat. I'm going to the lab. Let yourself out. I walked past her. My wrist was suddenly grabbed. Hard. Nails almost digging into my flesh. Julian. Her voice was trembling. Do you think I'm pathetic? I stopped. Do you think me chasing you, me being shameless, me embarrassing myself? She moved in front of me, looking up, her eyes incredibly red but holding back, not letting the tears fall. Yes, I chase you. Yes, I circle around you every day. That's because I like you. I've grown up and never liked anyone this much. What is wrong with liking you? Nothing wrong with it. I pried her fingers off, but I also have the right not to like you. Her hand dropped, like all strength was drained from it. So you really never liked me even a little bit? No, not even a little bit. A flutter, nothing? No. Silence. Only the faint hum of the air conditioner in the office. She sniffled, raised her hand, and wiped her eyes hard. Fine. She took a step back, then another. I get it. She grabbed the book and tickets from the table and turned to leave. At the door, she stopped. Didn't look back. Julian, I hope you never, ever meet a woman who likes you as much as I do. The door opened and closed. Footsteps disappeared at the end of the corridor. I stood there, the red marks from her nails still on my wrist. It hurt a little. Chloe disappeared, completely and thoroughly. Benny was amazed. Gone? Doesn't seem like her style. Julian, were you too harsh? The girl is sensitive. Did you hurt her pride? But it's good she's gone, it's quiet. You didn't like her anyway. Yes, quiet. I went to work, left work, did experiments, mentored students every day. Everything was back on track, like she never appeared. Only the pothos in the office grew more and more lush. Vines trailing down, a patch of green. Occasionally I would stare at it in a daze, remembering how she stood outside the window holding it, nose pressed flat. Remembering her saying, "I've raised it for 3 years, it's like family." Then I would immediately interrupt myself. No need. 2 weeks later, my advisor called me to his office and handed me a file. The university has a joint fellowship program with UCSD. 2 years. The department recommends you. I glanced at it. When? Depart next month. Prepare your materials quickly. The advisor patted my shoulder. Rare opportunity. Go out and see the world, learn something new, and clear your head. I pinched the file. The edge of the paper was sharp, cutting slightly into my fingertip. Thank you, Professor. I'll consider it. Consider what? People fight tooth and nail for this chance. The advisor glared at me. Your state of mind has been off lately. Don't think I can't see it. A change of environment will be good for you. I didn't speak. That little girl. The advisor hesitated, then sighed. It's good she left. You two weren't suitable anyway. I knew. I always knew. It's just, leave the materials here. Fill them out ASAP. The advisor waved his hand. Go. I took the file back to my office. Passing the Fine Arts building, my steps paused. A huge banner hung in front of the building. Chloe Sterling's solo graduation exhibition, Light and Dust. The poster featured a self-portrait of her, wearing that bright yellow dress, standing in front of an easel, looking back with a smile. Her eyes were bright as stars. The exhibition started yesterday. It should be very lively. I didn't go in. Back in the office, I opened the file, flipping through page by page. The conditions were generous. The research direction was also of interest to me. UCSD, suitable for a fresh start. I picked up a pen and signed my name on the last page. Julian Thorne. The strokes were a bit heavy, pressing through the paper. Just as I finished signing, Benny rushed in like a whirlwind. Julian, something happened. What? Chloe, she. He was panting heavily. She trashed her exhibition. My pen tip stopped. What? Just now. At the exhibition site, she took a bucket of paint and splashed all her own paintings. Benny gestured wildly. Red, yellow, green, splashed everywhere. Heard she got into a huge fight with her parents who came to see it. It was chaotic. Now she's run off. No one knows where. I put down the pen. When did this happen? Half an hour ago. My girlfriend is at the art school. She saw it with her own eyes. Send me a video. Look, he tapped his phone. The video showed chaos. Paintings ruined on the floor, splashed paint, broken frames. Chloe stood in the center of the ruins, holding an empty paint bucket, her body and face splattered with pigment. Her parents stood opposite, faces iron blue, pointing at her and yelling something. A crowd surrounded them, pointing and whispering. She suddenly threw the paint bucket, turned, and ran. The video ended there. Her parents were furious, saying they raised her for nothing, embarrassed the family. Benny shook his head. What was she thinking? A perfectly good graduation show, ruined like that. I looked at the freeze frame of her, turning away. Decisive, crazy, reckless. Like a deserter. Do you know where she went? No idea. Phone is off. No one can reach her. Benny said, her friends are looking too, but no news. Do you think she might do something drastic? My heart tightened. She's not that kind of person. What kind of person? A rich girl like her, used to smooth sailing, suddenly taking such a big hit. Who knows what she'll do? Benny lowered his voice. And I heard her family actually disagreed with this exhibition, felt she wasn't doing proper work. She insisted on doing it, and her dad even cut off her credit cards. Now that it's like this, the family must be even angrier. Double blow. I grabbed my coat. Hey, Julian, where are you going? Out. You know where she is? No, but I knew someone who might. I drove to the Red Pepper. At 3 p.m., the place was empty. The owner was napping behind the counter. Hearing noise, he looked up. Oh, Dr. Thorne? Eating at this hour. Boss, I walked over. Did Chloe come here today? The owner paused. Chloe? That pretty little girl? No, haven't seen her in days. Did she ever mention where she likes to go when she's in a bad mood? The owner thought for a moment. She didn't say, but once she was fighting with you, came here alone to drink, got drunk, squatted at the door crying, said she wanted to see the ocean. The owner shook his head. A young girl drinking that much isn't safe. I had to call her friends to pick her up. See the ocean. The city was coastal, but there were too many places to see the ocean. I thanked him and turned to leave. The owner called out to me. Dr. Thorne, that girl really likes you. The owner rubbed his hands, looking a bit sheepish. I've run this shop for years, seen a lot of young love. The way she looks at you is different from others. I didn't speak. You know, if you're interested, don't keep holding back. Girls are sensitive. They can't take repeated hurt. The owner sighed. If you're not interested, make it clear early, so she gives up. Dragging it out isn't good for anyone. I made it clear to her. Did you? The owner looked at me. If you made it clear, would she be making a scene like today? I was speechless. I drove along the coast, from east to west, checking every beach, embankment, and overlook. Nothing. Nowhere was that bright yellow figure. The sky grew dark. The sea breeze, carrying the scent of salt, poured through the window. I gripped the steering wheel, fingers tightening unconsciously. Where'd she go? Home. Impossible, just fought with family. Friends? Her friends were looking for her. Hotel? Her cards were cut. Where'd she get the money? Thoughts popped up and were denied one by one. Finally, I drove to the back hill of the campus. There was an abandoned observatory platform there, very secluded, rarely visited. I found it accidentally while doing field sampling a few days ago. She had followed me. No, coincidentally met me, followed me up the hill, and discovered the place. At the time, she was ecstatic. The sunset here is amazing. Julian, how did you find this? Sampling. This will be our secret base from now on. She opened her arms, shouting into the wind. I'm going to paint here. Paint 100 sunsets. The wind blew her dress and hair. She looked back and smiled at me. Julian, if we fight in the future, I'll hide here, so you can't find me. Too childish. Then don't worry about me. I won't worry about you. Sundara is out of style, Dr. Thorne, but you can beat Sundara just for me. The car couldn't go up. I hiked up the hill. It was pitch black, only a half moon and sparse starlight. The observatory platform was dilapidated, the railings rusted. A figure was curled up in the corner, hugging her knees, head buried, still wearing that paint-splattered dress, dirty, hair messy. Like an abandoned stray cat. My step stopped. She didn't look up, but her shoulders moved slightly. Why are you here? Her voice was incredibly hoarse, thick with congestion. Your friends are looking for you. Oh, she sniffled. What about you? Were you looking for me too? Yes. She finally looked up. Her makeup was ruined, paint, tears, mascara all smeared together, eyes swollen like peaches. Unbelievably wretched. Also, unbelievably pitiful. What are you doing here? She turned her face away. To laugh at me? Or to pity me? I didn't speak. I walked over and sat down next to her. Not too close, not too far. I could smell the paint, the alcohol, and the scent of tears. Drank. Yeah. She fished out a can, shook it. Empty. Just one. No money. Only enough for one. She laughed self-deprecatingly. Julian, am I pathetic right now? You're okay. Okay. She turned her head, glaring at me. I'm like this, and I'm just okay. Alive, limbs intact. So okay. She stared at me for a few seconds, then suddenly burst out laughing. Laughing and laughing. She started crying again. Julian, you are really annoying. Amen. How could I like you? Don't know. I must be crazy. She hugged her knees, burying her face again, voice muffled. I destroyed all my paintings. My parents said if I keep being crazy, they'll disown me. Friends think I'm unreasonable. I have nothing now. Paintings can be repainted. Repainted ones aren't the original. She shook her head. Just like some people, hurt is hurt. No matter how you fix it, there are cracks. Then don't fix it, I said. Get a new one. She looked up, eyes red. Get a new one? Amen. Like what? Like, I looked at her, stop liking me. Her eyes instantly reddened further. You're in all the way up here just to say that. Julian, you are. She bit her lip, tears falling in big drops. You are the cruelest person I've ever met. I didn't argue. She cried for a while, slowly stopping. Today at the exhibition, I saw someone. She spoke with a hoarse voice. From the back, looked exactly like you. I thought you came. Turns out it wasn't. Just a stranger. I thought right then, forget it. If you don't come, you don't come. Anyway, those paintings were painted for you to see. If you aren't there, they have no meaning. Then I threw the paint. The moment I threw it, I felt so relieved. Like I threw out all the grievances, unwillingness, and sadness from this whole time. She wiped her face. But now I regret it. Those paintings, I worked on them for a long time. Started painting from the first time I saw you. You running, you eating, you frowning, you looking at the microscope. I painted so many, but you never looked at them once. Not even one. Her voice got lower and lower, almost inaudible. Julian, did you ever like me? Really, even for a second, did your heart ever flutter for me? The breeze blew, carrying the chill of late night. She shivered. I took off my coat and handed it to her. She didn't take it, just looked at me, stubbornly waiting for an answer. I was silent for a long time. I don't know. The light in her eyes went out completely. Don't know. What does that mean? It means, I turned, looking at the dark ocean in the distance. I don't know what like is. She froze. I've never liked anyone, never dated. I said, you were the first person who wanted to get close to me like this. So, I don't know if those feelings toward you count as liking. I get annoyed when you get close. I feel unaccustomed when you disappear. I feel uncomfortable seeing you with others. I get anxious hearing something happen to you. What is that? I look back at her. You tell me, does that count as me liking you? She opened her mouth, no sound coming out. Tears welled up again, but this time, silent. If that is liking, I continued, then I guess I do like you. But if not, then I don't know. She cried for a long time, crying until she hiccuped, until she couldn't breathe. I sat beside her, didn't move, didn't speak. She slowly stopped, sniffling, and directly yanked my coat over, wiping her face. Why didn't you say so earlier? Say what? Say this. She shouted through tears. If you said this earlier, I wouldn't have made a scene. You didn't ask me. How could I ask you? You push me away every time, acting like stay away from me. How could I ask you? The more she spoke, the more aggrieved she felt, tears falling again. Then now, do you still want to push me away? I looked at her. Not anymore. Then I want a hug. She opened her arms, looking at me with red eyes. I reached out, pulling her into my arms. Her body stiffened for a second, then she hugged my waist tightly, burying her face in my chest. Dr. Thorn. Amen. I have paint all over me. I'm dirty. Amen. Your clothes will get dirty. It's fine. She was quiet for a while. Julian, I have nothing now. No paintings, maybe no home, no money. Her voice was muffled. I only have you left. Do you want me? I want you. She looked up, eyes sparkling in the moonlight. Then, do you like me now? Say it. I like you. She laughed instantly, a snot bubble popping out. I like you too. I like you so much. She hugged my neck tighter, leaned in, and kissed my cheek, tasting of salty tears and bitter paint. So, are we together? Together? She looked at me for a long time, then very softly, very lightly said, Yulian, I'm tired. Sleep. Will you leave? No. Then stay with me. Okay. She leaned against my chest, closing her eyes. Her breathing gradually steadied. I held her, watching the moon slowly rising over the distant sea level. Very bright, like the light in her eyes. Chloe stayed at my place for a week. During this week, her parents called me no less than 20 times. From rage, to interrogation, to compromise, and finally pleading. Dr. Thorn, Chloe is immature. She's caused you trouble. She's stubborn. She won't listen to us. Maybe she'll listen to you. Persuade her to come home. We can discuss the gallery thing. I put on speaker, holding the phone in front of Chloe. She was feeding the cat food, not looking up, not going back, unless they agree to let me open a gallery. Chloe, don't be willful. Is opening a gallery that easy? You're a fresh graduate, no experience, no connections. What if you lose money? If I lose it, I lose it. I'll earn it myself. How will you earn it? We cut your cards. Then I'll get a job. She put down the can, shouting at the phone. Wait tables, wash dishes, hand out flyers. I'll do anything. Silence on the other end for a long time. Finally, her mother's exhausted voice. Dr. Thorn, please. Take care of her for a few days. When she thinks it through, we'll talk. Phone hung up. Chloe picked up the cat, burying her face in its fur. Julian, am I being unfilial? It's okay. What does okay mean? It means you have your own ideas, which is a good thing. Shouldn't be wrong. She looked up, eyes bright. You support me? Amen. Why? Didn't you think I was not doing proper work before? That was before. I closed my laptop. Now you're Chloe. Whatever you want to do it. She pounced with a roar, hugging my neck. Julian, how are you so good? The cat, squashed in the middle, meowed in protest. However, I added, opening a gallery needs money. How do you plan to earn it? She let go, sitting cross-legged on the carpet, thinking seriously. I can teach kids to draw. $50 a class, for classes a day, that's $200. 1 month, $6,000. You need to rent a space, renovate, buy stock, get permits, hire people. I reminded her. Initial investment is at least $50,000. Her shoulders slumped. That much. And I continued. Are you sure you can persist? Teaching every day, dealing with crying kids, picky parents, repeating basic instruction. She scrunched up her face. Seems a bit annoying. So, I looked at her. I'll give you two choices. First, I lend you the money. 50,000, interest-free, pay back in 5 years. But you have to write a detailed business plan proving you have the ability to run the gallery. Her eyes went wide. Where did you get that much money? Research bonuses, grants, investments. I paused. Enough to lend you. What's the second? Second, I pointed to the sketchbook she threw on the sofa. Keep painting, open an exhibition, sell paintings, earn the money, then open the gallery. She froze. But my paintings are all destroyed. Then repaint. I said, I believe in you. You can paint even better. She looked at me for a long time. Then, slowly smiled. Julian, you're supporting me in your own way, right? Amen. Not giving me money directly because you're afraid I'll feel like charity. Not denying my dream because you're afraid I'll lose passion. Letting me choose so I learn to take responsibility. Her eyes reddened again. How are you? So good. Average. She pounced again, kissing me. I choose to. I want to open an exhibition, sell lots of paintings, then open the biggest gallery. When the time comes, I'll hang your photo at the entrance with a caption, "Special thanks to Sugar Daddy Mr. Julian Thorne for his generous sponsorship." Just kidding, she giggled, hugging me. I want to paint you. Paint 100, 1,000, then hold a show called my Mr. Thorne. Up to you. Then it's a deal, no takebacks. Amen. She leaned on my shoulder, playing with my fingers. Do you feel like I'm too clingy? Not reserved, just wanting kisses and hugs all day. No. What about you? Will you be too busy to spend time with me? Yes, but I can adjust. Will you find me controlling, like a mom? No, you can't control me. She punched me indignantly. If I vent to you, will you find me annoying? No, but I suggest you summarize the key points. What if I cry? Will you think I'm using tears to threaten you? I turned to look at her. Will you do that? No. She whispered. I only cry when I'm really sad. That doesn't count as a threat. She was quiet for a moment. Julian, when I have money, I'll buy you lots of nice things. No need. Need. She was serious. I want to be good to you. You being by my side is the best gift. She froze. Then, her entire face turned red at visible speed. Where did you learn lines like that? Truth. She covered her face, peeking at me through her fingers. Julian, you changed. Where? You wouldn't say stuff like this before. People change. Will you change back? No. Why? Because I lowered my head, whispering in her ear, I have someone I like now. Her ears turned red too. Then, what do you like about me? Don't know. Don't know again. She was dissatisfied. Can't you make something up? Well, like that I'm pretty, cute, lively, smart. And man, like all of that. She was satisfied, leaning back on my shoulder. Julian, I love you so much. 3 months later, Chloe's new art exhibition opened in a tiny private gallery. The only visitors were me, Benny and his girlfriend, and a few kids she taught painting to along with their parents. There weren't many paintings, only about a dozen, but each one was excellent. There was the ocean, the starry sky, the cat, the pothose, a running back, a profile eating, a hand holding a test tube. And one of that night, on the hilltop observatory, her sleeping in my arms. There weren't many people, but everyone lingered for a long time. An editor from an art magazine bought 2 paintings on the spot. Chloe was so nervous her palms were sweating, clutching my sleeve the whole time. Julian, he bought them. Isn't it out of respect for you? What respect do I have? You do. You're Professor Thorne. You're amazing. I rub her hair. It's because you painted well. Her eyes lit up. Really? Really? She jumped on me for a hug, planting a kiss on my face. Julian, I love you to death. Benny covered his eyes across the room. Oh God, spare the single people. His girlfriend punched him, laughing. Learn from Dr. Thorne. Look how well he talks. What about me? I tell you, you're pretty every day. That's not a compliment. That's perfunctory. The two bickered, and the gallery filled with laughter. The exhibition was a success. Out of over a dozen paintings, 8 sold. Although it wasn't a fortune, it was enough for Chloe to pay the gallery rent and her living expenses for the next 6 months. She hugged the ledger, grinning like a fool. Julian, I made money. I'm treating you to a big meal. Okay, what do you want to eat? Order anything. You decide. Then let's eat seafood. The most expensive kind. Amen. She bounced off to change clothes, humming an off-key tune. I stood in the center of the gallery, looking at the remaining paintings on the wall. Everyone had my shadow, but not just me. There was the light in her eyes, the heat in her heart, and the love under her brush. Dr. Thorne, the gallery owner, a kind middle-aged woman named Mrs. Higgins walked over. Chloe is very talented, she said, and has a vision. If she persists, she'll go far. I know. You support her very much. Mrs. Higgins smiled. It's rare to see a boyfriend support his girlfriend's career like this. It's what I should do. She's lucky to have met you. I'm the lucky one. Mrs. Higgins paused and smiled. You two are interesting. Chloe came out changed, wearing a simple white dress, hair in a ponytail, fresh and clean. Let's go, let's go. I am Stadovin. She ran over, naturally taking my arm. Saying goodbye to the owner, we walked out of the gallery. The sunlight outside was beautiful, the street lined with plane trees starting to turn yellow. The wind blew, carrying the chill of early autumn. She sneezed. I draped my jacket over her. Julian, Amen. I'm so happy today. I can tell. Happier than my first exhibition. She looked up, eyes curved into crescents. Because this time, it was completely 100% on my own. Amen, you were great. So, what about a reward? Aren't we going for seafood? That's a celebration, not a reward. She shook my arm. I want a different reward. What do you want? She stopped, turning to face me. She stood on tiptoes, leaning close to my ear, whispering, you stay with me tonight. Her warm breath on my ear tickled. I looked down at her. Her face was a bit red, but her eyes were bright, holding a sly smile. Just stay with you. What else? She played dumb. What do you want to do? I didn't speak. I lowered my head and kissed her, right there on the busy street. She froze for a second, then closed her eyes, responding. We kissed for a long time. When we parted, her face was flush, breathing heavy. This is daytime. There are so many people on the street. Amen. You learn bad things, Julian. Just learn from you. She glared at me, then burst out laughing. Then let's learn again. She leaned up and kissed me again. Then she pulled me, running forward. Hurry up. I am Stadovin. The wind lifted her skirt and hair. Sunlight danced on her, like a bird that finally learned to fly. Free and happy. Story complete.